Hi and welcome back to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel. My name is Emelie, and in this video we are going to be creating two cards using the new Lavender Whimsy stencil pack. This set comes with 5 stencils that will build up a really beautiful flower arrangement here. You can see the alignments there in the corner, and also which layer this is. So for example, layer 1 that this is will have the number 1 etched into the corner. So I will start off with the sort of just looking through my panel here. So I have a large enough piece for this arrangement, so that was what I was doing there. And when I was happy with how everything looked, and I know that I will fit my leaves up in the top of this panel, I started with the first layer. So you can see I'm using my blending brushes here. I really love them for stencils like this. And this also comes with coordinating dies, so I will be using them for today's project. I also want to mention that I will be creating 2 clusters sort of at the same time here. So I will jump between the pink and the yellow one, so you will see everything twice. And I hope that is helpful, so you can see how these were aligned. I know there is a guide on the back of these, and that was what I was looking for when I aligned these. I sort of was playing around with these and hadn't gotten like the hang of the grids up in the corner, but I wanted to mention that for you. You don't have to look through your stencil to know exactly where they are supposed to go. There is an alignment guide that you can use. So just wanted to point that out because I hadn't figured that one out enough when I started these projects. But yeah, you get wiser while you are playing, right? So yeah, you can see my third and the final layer for the flower here, so you can see how beautiful this flower came together and how much detail there is in that one. And now we can do the same thing for our pink flower. By the way, it would be fun to hear in the comments down below which of the cards that I'm creating today that you like the most. I have a hard time creating between sort of picking between my projects. I don't think it's fair to either of them if I would pick a favorite, but yeah, it's always fun to hear which one you like the best. So do that, it would be really fun to hear. So for this one I went with yellow and blue for my leaves, and I will do the second part here when I have everything lined up. And for my pink flower I will go with gray. So that is 2 sort of unusual color combinations maybe for flowers, or sorry, for leaves, but I like how it turned out. And this is really pretty, yellow and blue together like this. And we will do the same thing for our gray layer here. I was a little bit off when I did this, so I ended up actually going in with a marker. You can see I used a too small of a brush. I don't have dedicated a larger brush for my grays yet. I might do that because you can see I went in a little bit too harsh with that small one. But here you can see I was a little bit off, and I will go in with a gray marker off camera just to fix that little line. If you would use the coordinating dies for this when it's a little bit off, you probably will cut off a piece of this. I would recommend fussy cutting this one out, or if you are worried about not getting everything perfect, you could actually cut it out before you're starting your layering. So that is also a tip. But this one I had no problem cutting it out when I had aligned everything. So this was a piece that I had tried out and didn't like, so I wanted to conserve my paper and do something other with it. So I brought out my machine here, my die cutting machine, and a piece of what is that material, rubber or something? Yeah, it's an embossing mat, and I debossed or embossed with one of the hot foiling plates that is also a new one. This is called Green Garland, and I love how that turned out. You can see all of the texture in the background, how crisp that is, and I had to show you the back. It looks like a total mess there. yeah, so I will attach this with some strong liquid glue, and then we can put our flower arrangement on the top. And by the way, you can see that hello die. I cut that out of some white paper 4 times, and then out of some gold matte cardstock, gold matte, yeah, paper, and I love how it turned out. That is also an older die from Crafty Meraki, and all of the products that I'm using in this video will of course be listed down below if you're interested in checking them out. I just wanted to point that out. And here I'm just attaching everything, and I love how this card turned out. I will cut off the exit parts here in a second. So I did the same thing, but this one I used a really sort of rich yellow color, and yeah, I think this also is an unusual color combination, pink, yellow and gray, but I liked it. You can see I'm using my long scissors here and just cutting away all of the excess that is hanging over there. And I will go in with some embellishment after putting my sentiment down. And yeah, I love how these turned out. I'm using the new, or they might not be as new anymore, but they are the exclusive gems from Crafty Meraki, and I'm using a variety of the different colors that were available or are available, and they will of course also be listed down below. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired to create something, and until next time, have a great day. Bye!